Hello.
Hello.
We were just talking, and I was like, let's hit the button. In fact, Mary dropped a bomb on me real quick. Let's just talk about it. Let's go right there. Let's just go there.
Did you ever read one of your best friend's favorite reads of the year and you just didn't feel the same way about it as she did?
You know
Oh,
what's funny,
me
too?
either. Me either.
You know what's so funny? Because you said that to me right before, and I was like, you were like, I know you saw it on Goodreads. I was like, what? No, I didn't. What are you saying? And then I was like, oh my God, it wasn't Delilah Green, right? Because I forgot what year it was. That was my favorite read last year, which is really funny.
Oh boy. I don't know.
Well, we gotta say hi to James and PS viewers here. Hello, Chris is
Hello.
here. Stephanie, thank you for being here. Love that.
Stephanie, it's been a while. It's great to see you back.
Saying howdy like a Texan, we love that. Hey, Hayden.
Hey everybody.
1904 Comics, look at everybody. Batman is
Nice.
here. Hello.
Nice.
All right, let's get back into it. Tell me, it's a reading update. We're going to tell you about what we read, what we didn't read, what we want to read coming up, all the things. And apparently, Mary's going to crush my soul right now, live on air. Let's do this.
Wow,
We're
not even doing like, how was your day?
No, we're going right
care.
in. I need to know now. I need to know.
Well,
let's
listen,
talk about it.
Everyone remember, she made me go right in. Like
I did. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid. I gotta know.
All right, I kind of admire that about you.
Okay,
all right.
Thank you.
First off, I sort of had like a lame reading week. I don't know what really went on, right? Like, work wasn't like extra busy. It was the normal level of busy. I don't know what happened. I just didn't read a ton. Exactly.
Amanda's saying it's instant tea. Yes,
instant tea. But before I even start, that's the great thing about our friendship, right? It's like,
oh yeah, this is no hurt feelings. In fact, if you wouldn't have liked Delilah Green, I would have been bummed, but we would have gotten through it. It's fine.
Right. And
these are just books. It's fine.
That's right. But as we've learned, sometimes you're like, you have like, I'll make my statements and you back me up. You explain to me maybe something I missed.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm always open to that, right? I'm never like, no.
Yeah.
I always listen.
I'm into it.
All right. Kristen, here we go. It's my first time using the iPad. All right. My first completed read was Kristen's, I believe you said favorite book so far.
Right? Yeah. Well, I have to. There's a lot of the year. It's Lonely at the Center of the Universe by Zoe Thorogood.
That's right.
Yes. That is also something I recently read that I'll be talking about. So we'll talk about it together right now.
Okay.
Because I feel like we have drastically different ratings.
Here's the thing. A couple things. Remember the last show we were talking about, like how I don't really do that well. Like not do well. I'm not that interested in memoirs, so I would throw a book like this right in there. It's you don't
like people's lives.
An autobiographic novel. That's the little title on here. Okay. I don't like people's lives. That's sort of true. In certain ways.
It's just great.
I don't like reading about people's lives all the time. Is that fair? I think that's
fair. Yeah. Right? Don't listen to Matthew Perry's book. If you've learned anything.
But particularly with this book, I watched you and Maddie and Reed talk about it, and I was like, I was geared up. Like as I was watching, I went on and borrowed it on Hoopla. I'm like, I'm going for this. This is probably going to be incredible because, I mean, really, the way the three of you were talking about it, like, and interestingly enough, it wasn't one of those things where I typically go like, if everybody loves it, I don't want to read it or I don't want to watch it. I went the other way.
Shit's Creek.
You guys, the way you talked about it really made me want to read it. So to the three of you, to your credit, you know what I mean?
Well, it's like I'm glad, but I guess I'm not because you didn't enjoy it, maybe.
I didn't enjoy it. And I understand that this isn't the kind of book you walk away from and be like, oh my God, I enjoyed it. It was so much fun. Like, it's not one of those. It's about her life and the struggles she goes through. And I do agree with you guys, like when you're talking about how like it's interesting, the different layers, right? It's about her life while she's writing a book. it's about her writing the book, but also her writing the story. Wait, how did you word it? You guys worded it much better than me.
It's a book about her writing that book
In a book.
in a book. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Right. So
it's
as
very
far
meta.
so as far as like levels of like creativity, I mean, A plus on the report card on that. But honestly, like it just like I was bored. Like I was like it was like a slog for me. Like I didn't want to pick it back up. And I'm not being like, I'm not trying to be like clever, funny, whatever. That's how it was for me. And I can't particularly say why. Because there are definitely very some topics that I think could hit home for a lot of people, including myself, in certain degrees. I just wasn't into it, and boy, did I want to be into it. So,
I mean, did you finish it or did you DNF it?
oh no, I finished it. Yeah,
What made you want to finish it?
because I was like halfway through. It took me a while to get halfway through, and I was like, I really wanted to talk about this book with you, and how could I do that if I DNF'd it? So
Sure.
I
That's
I
fair.
I typically do just ditch a book, but I was like, no, this one, just come on, just finish it so that you can have like a good conversation about it at least,
Okay.
right? So that's
Mike's here with the hard-hitting questions. How many stars did you give it? 2.
and that wasn't
Brutal. Just so brutal.
wait, maybe I was doing like peace, Kristen, peace.
Were you?
But listen, that's the thing, right? I'm not like I'm gonna be honest, like that's
Oh, sure.
there was a piece of me that felt badly about giving it 2 stars when like I know the subject matter, particularly. Yeah, but I had like that's how I feel about it. Like that's
Be honest. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm absolutely with you there with the reviews. I know some people are like, I don't want to give under a certain amount of stars, and that's fine.
Right.
I'm very much like, let's give whatever. I mean, I don't care, right?
Yeah.
Plus, like, Goodreads isn't for the author. It's just
I know.
not.
I know.
Goodreads is for the readers. That's what it's for. If you're an author
Yep.
on there expecting to not get your feelings hurt about something, like that's your problem. Like, I don't know.
Right.
But
So,
on the other end of the spectrum, I recently read this, and like Mary said, I did a whole show with Maddie and my husband Reed. That's on the Omnibus Collectors Network, Fangirls Assemble, if you want to check that out. But I'm calling it now. I called it then. I think this will absolutely be a book on my favorite reads of the entire year. It's only January. I think you're going to see that come up in December. So hit me up in December if it's not, and then I'll be like, yeah, I was wrong. But I think it's absolutely going to be. I just found it so profoundly unique in the way it was done. You see like different aspects of Zoe's life and personalities, like artistically reflected differently. So you'll see her as like a child, and like when she's like around her parents, she's more realistic. When she's at conventions and she's uncomfortable, she's got like a blank face, and it's very different. And everybody who comes through her life also has like a different animal face in certain aspects, or certain moments rather. It's just so uniquely done. And even the restarting in the middle of the book where you get to see the cover image again, just so much of it, the fourth wall breaking of that being like, I know I'm writing a comic about writing this comic. I thought it was so different and fun.
no,
Fun's
I know what you mean.
relative, right? It's not necessarily a fun read, but it was done in such a way that I just found incredibly unique and interesting. And Mary calls it boring, but I was very interested the whole time.
I shouldn't say it
your
was
mileage
boring.
may vary.
I should say I was bored.
That's fair.
That's a different statement, right?
It absolutely is. And I know you've had that reaction to a lot of graphic memoirs that I know about. So I think, right. I mean, truly, I think maybe not your favorite genre, right? Which is fair.
Right.
But yeah, so I totally recommend it to anybody watching US Hoopla, especially if you want to give it a shot yourself, and maybe it's something for you, maybe it's not. But yeah, we have totally different views on it. And I think that's fun to talk about.
I agree. And it is a great, to borrow it from the library is the perfect way, because then, if you love
Then
it,
you know.
you go buy a copy if you want.
Yeah, which I intend to because I
Yeah.
also read it on Hoopla.
Yeah.
But Mike thinks dramas to begin is fun. This will be the last time we see you guys together.
No.
No, never,
Never.
never. See, this is how like we were mature, right? We have.
I
we don't.
think so.
We're not gonna like toss a table or anything. You know, we're not gonna ban somebody for not liking our favorite book. Like it's fine.
No.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I've just read The Impending Blindness, and it's a beautiful book. That was one of my favorite reads last year. I think, Mary, you should give that one a shot because, like, it's not about her life. So there's
Well, I was
that.
gonna say, in your opinion, should I have maybe read that first before jumping into this?
I think were obviously elements in this that referenced Billy Scott.
Yeah, because I kept seeing that, and in my mind, I was like, should I have read that first? Like,
I don't think you need to have,
yeah,
but I think you may have gotten something a little different. I don't know that it would have changed your whole view or anything,
okay.
But I think if someone out there right now is interested in both, like definitely go ahead and read Billy Scott first.
Yeah.
As it does lay the groundwork of the timeline chronologically in her life, right? Because you read her first release
Right.
and then you see her in this book trying to make her next release.
Right.
Which is interesting.
But you know what's interesting about, I was having a conversation with Kim, my wife Kim, about me reading memoirs or biographies, autobiographies. And I was just saying to her, she knows, she was like, Mary, you're not really into them. And I said, that's true. But then I started thinking about a handful that I actually really enjoyed. And sorry, I can't remember if they were technically autobiographies or biographies. But to me, it's kind of like all the same thing. I know it's technically not, and I understand the difference between those two and a memoir and all that. But Eric Clapton's book that came out probably 20 years ago, really enjoyed. And he really goes through like his whole gamut of addiction and how he really struggled in that. Then I also read, these are all sort of random musician ones. The lead singer from the band Rat, he put out a book all about his life. Again, there seems to be a theme with the musicians, but horrible addictions, this and that. I also read Sammy Hagar's book. Same thing. So here's what I'm thinking. Those three that I just happened to mention, I think there was one more and now I can't remember. But those three are artists who I happen to really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into them. I'm just wondering, I'm just kind of comparing like
you had a base knowledge,
I
right?
had a base knowledge, whereas
and a base interest.
Yeah. So when I went into this, it was really just going in blind, and like it could play a role in it,
Well, not to mention, like I said, The Impending Blindness of Billy Scott was one of my favorite reads last year.
Yeah.
I read that and I was like, I'm going to read everything she puts out from now on.
Yeah.
So I also went into this being like, I read something that I really loved that she did.
Right. And you
I
wanted
want
to
know more about
more.
her life. Exactly.
Yep. Yeah. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will be interested what you think about Billy Scott.
And I will read it. I have it from, what did I tell you?
Comixology Unlimited has it, yeah.
That's right.
Which is awesome. So anybody looking for that, heads up. So 1 star for the book and 1 for Kristen. I get 1 star?
That's, you know what, Mike, that's pretty accurate. I think that's an accurate read.
You're giving me 1 star?
No, of the two, I'll give 1 to, it's like if I had $2, you get 1 and the book gets 1.
Okay, I got you.
You're a 5-star. I mean, clearly.
Well, thank you. That makes sense.
Never.
Were you looking at me like I was crazy?
I mean, you could see my face.
Well, I was looking away for a bit, trying to get my thoughts.
I was like this. Oh my god!
Like she keeps going on. Hi, William.
Hey, William.
I want to read Center of the Earth. I saw it on Hoopla. Yep, you can get it there if anyone is interested.
Batmanda. Tell us what you think.
You don't have to be on a team, but like,
I mean, but you know,
but you could be. It's fine.
Team Kristen, whatever. I mean, just say
it's whichever one you want. Yeah, it's fine.
I have a feeling I'm gonna have less members on my team.
I don't know. There could be a vocal group out there like, I hated this book. Turntables about it, you know.
I don't know. We'll see.
What else did you read? Did you read anything else?
I did. Let's see. I only read two other things. This is a novella by Ernest Hemingway.
Oh yeah,
Um,
you
I think
finished it.
I did. I finished it.
Yeah.
This is The Torrents of Spring. Um, I enjoyed this. It's one of those books. It was written so long ago. There's some language that I could do without, to be honest. But that's the one thing I do just want to mention to people, because if that something, that could turn people off from a book instantly. So I just like to mention it. But I enjoyed it. This was one of the this was an interesting read, because there were parts I'm like, this seems like it's a parody. I found out that Ernest Hemingway had a very good friend who was also a writer. So it was sort of like a parody towards him, like it's supposed to be very humorous. Um, but it's basically, I'm looking at the back because I'm sorry, I'm like awful with remembering names. So it,
Same.
yeah, oh my goodness. So the main character, his name's Scripps. He ends up he's like heading to Chicago. His wife left him. He meets up with like another writer, and then he's basically, I won't say, I could say it. So this guy Scripps, he's just like one of these guys that, like, once he has a woman, somebody else catches his eye and he thinks he's totally in love with that woman, and it gets like sort of ridiculous, but it's done in a very humorous way. So it's just really about his little his travels from when his life leaves him. It was cute. I mean, it was I don't know if cute is the right description. It was only like, wait, let me tell you, it's just over 100 pages. I definitely think, so when I was like, did a little research after I read it, and it was interesting to see he actually wrote this novella. He was like trying to get out of whatever book deal he was in. So he kind of made it a little ridiculous, thinking like, this will do it. But then people end up really enjoying like the parody and the humorous nature of it. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, what did you give it on Goodreads?
I gave that 3 stars.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Solid.
I see Kristen's trying to evaluate my rating
I was
system
just
now.
trying to. That's it. I just feel like Mike was going to ask how many stars. I
You're
just
like,
thought it was going to happen.
interesting.
Batmanda saying she'll be the tiebreaker.
I love that. Yeah.
Please do it. The only other thing I read this week, because I did not have a great reading week, but at least I read something. I need to give myself some credit, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. But I talked about this last time, and I did read it, which was Anne, an adaptation of Anna Green Gables, sort of. So this was fun, right? It was about Anne, of course, who's in the foster system. She goes to a family who didn't necessarily want an older kid, but got her, and that was, it was nice to see that kind of like represented in a book as well. I feel like we don't see that tons, right? But she meets her best friend, who she realizes eventually she has a crush on, and it was cute. I think I also gave this 3 stars. I liked it. I think it's a good library read to pick up. There was some depth that I think wasn't there that I would have enjoyed.
Okay.
But I'm also like, this is like a middle grade graphic novel. Like,
Yeah.
and some of them are, absolutely have all of that and more. But, this is, it was fun. It was worth my library trip, to get
Nice.
it. So yeah, ultimately I liked it. I thought it was cute. I don't need to own this ever, and I say that because I was recently on a show with my friend Jess, and I referenced a book I no longer have.
Oh, you got punished for that.
That someone really didn't enjoy, that I don't no longer have. And I just want to say, I don't feel the need to own everything. I just need to say it again.
We are joking, though. I use the
Yeah.
word punished. I think
Yeah.
they were just
It was
just
fine,
getting razzed. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just like, can I tell? I mean, you and I, we bought so many books. We've gotten rid of so many books. I just feel like we don't have the space, right?
I was going to say, why don't you share with the group what the book was?
That was Paper Girls Volume 1. Hardcover. I gifted it to my dad. I didn't have the other 2 hardcovers. Also, it's on Hoopla. I didn't need to own it. I don't know. I was just like, it's fine. Listen, I liked it.
Yeah.
I don't need to own it. That's all.
It really comes down to if you can absolutely answer the question, am I going to read this again? If you're like if you instantly say no, then I see no problem with it going then.
Well, and what I was like, am I going to buy the next books anytime soon?
Right.
Or am I going to read it again anytime soon? And the answer is no. But if I do, and I'm like, oh no, where's my book? I didn't have the rest anyway. I'm going to read on Hoopla, you know?
Yeah. Or you just go over to your dad's.
Yeah, it is now has an honored
See?
location on my shelf. See, my dad has room. He has a whole room and a lot of shelf space, so he's fine.
Exactly.
And I got my dad to read it because he was all like, "No, I'm not going to read that." And I was like, "Well, here's a gift." And he was like, "No, I have to." So that's how you do it.
I think it's awesome that he's open to reading your suggestions.
He, in fact, has a whole video about the favorite. What was it called? The top 10 things my
Oh,
daughter
yeah.
recommended me. Favorite reads my dad. I don't know what was it called. Anyway, this is a good one. Check it out. They're all good recommendations. I'm just saying. Anyway, did you read other things?
One other thing, this tiny little book that someone gifted to me, someone.
Oh yeah,
I
it's
thought
like
you
who?
would be funnier by Shannon Wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
There was one night I was like getting into bed. I'm like, I want to read something. I want to smile. I want to finish it though. And then I remembered that you gave me this, so I went to it. And by the way, when I posted that I was reading this on Instagram, Shannon Wheeler said he hoped I liked it.
Oh, that's nice.
I love that. I love that. And
Yeah.
the funny thing is, I didn't even tag him. I had a hashtag lower that with his name,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't tag him in it. So I was like,
That's very nice.
very smart business wise, as
Yeah.
as far as that goes. But I tabbed a couple just to share. Here's what I like about these kind of cartoons. Cartoons, right? They're cartoons.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like they're like, oh, bending, holding your stomach, cracking up, laughing. They just like they make me smile. Like they're like,
Yeah.
it's more the commentary on what. So this one says, I hate all these people, and this guy's sitting like in a cafe with, I don't know if you could see, with everyone that looks just like him.
Yeah.
I just thought that was cute because, like, how many times do you walk into like a Starbucks or whatever, and there's like all these people using the Wi-Fi on their laptops, all
Mm-hmm.
dressed the same? It's kind of funny. And then this isn't this fun? Me reading to you what the
I love
cartoon
it.
says. Good thing they're just like one line. Here, let me kill our conversation by looking it up on Wikipedia. This dude's like standing around.
Yeah.
It's so true, right? You're just like standing around talking to friends. You're like, who starred in that movie? I can't remember. And like everybody's guessing.
They're great, like classic little moments.
Yeah.
That's how I felt like because I read it and Reed actually read it too, and then I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to pass this on to Mary. I think she'll
love
enjoy
that.
it.
I love that.
And I think we were rating twins too on Goodreads. So
Oh.
you know,
And Kim read it too. So this book's really
fun. Love
yeah.
that.
Okay, last one, I promise. So there's a cat and dog sitting at a little table having their breakfast. They're clearly a couple. And the one says to the other, you don't chase me as much as you used to. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, that's cute.
So thank you for that because I really enjoyed it, and
Absolutely.
I could see myself dipping back into it.
Did Kim also love it?
She did.
Had a
She
good
like
time with it?
she read it right away. She's like, "This was
Yeah.
funny."
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that so much. My dad's a weird collector, dude. I almost never reread anything.
I think a lot of people are like that.
Yeah. I was like that for many years, and now I just find I want to revisit favorites, every now and then. It's not all the time, but
I think,
yeah.
Larry, I think for you, like, I think with your collection, the cool thing is that, with your channel and everything too, or just when you want information, like it's great to be able to go back and reference it, like just a plot line, a character, or whatever the case, like a cover you don't remember, just to be able to go back and physically look at it. I could see, someone like you doing that.
Totally. Mike says, I hope your dad didn't give it 2 stars. That was 10 out of 10. He's a big BKB fan. Yeah.
Nice.
Good deal.
Cool.
Okay, so did you grab some books that you are interested in reading?
I did, and I also just have one here that I can't even say. Let's see. Does starting a book count if I only read 12 pages of it?
Absolutely. Tell me what you started, because I didn't
So,
start anything.
so this is a classic I picked up. It's like, typical. I was going to say typical me, but typical a lot of us. Been sitting on my shelf. It's a classic by Wilkie Collins. It's The Woman in White.
Mm.
And I started it, got up to page 12. Oh, you might like to see my little. Can you see my little? Oh boy, help me out.
Oh.
You see my little? Oh.
Oh, little mommy dude.
Isn't he cute?
Very cute.
Yeah, I only got up to page 12, and it's not the book's fault. My head was somewhere else this week, so. But I did start that.
I get it. Well, good for you.
For
I feel like
you.
I'm in the middle of a lot of stuff and I just put them down because I don't know. You ever just feel distracted by everything? That's how I felt this
Yeah,
week.
most days.
It's been a lot, but I still did get a little stack of books that I'm hoping to read by the next reading update. Will it happen? Absolutely not. I'm definitely not going to read all of these. But what if I did? How cool would that be?
I would be like just blown away by that. But
Also, as a mood reader, and I feel like you get this, I need options.
Yeah.
Okay. So if we're doing TBRs, absolutely, it's just not going to be all of them. Like,
well,
I
here's
just
the
need
thing.
options.
I feel like what we say we might as well just like whatever we're going to show right now. We might as well just admit like we're going to pick other things to read.
I mean, I may pick something in the like. I mean, this was I talked about wanting to read this in my last one, and I did.
Oh,
And you also were reading the Hemingway thing, and then you finished
yeah.
it. So
All right. Yeah, yes.
we're good at some stuff.
By the way, the Anne book, I have a corny joke. Like when you were holding it up and you're like, this is a book about Anne. Wouldn't it be something if you were like, this is a book about Barbara? And it really was about Barbara.
Okay, hold on. Now I want to write a book about a character named Barbara, but call it Anne.
There you go.
And never in the whole thing is there a character named Anne.
You know,
and
I have
the
a
whole
writer
time
for
you're
you
wondering.
to do it.
Yeah.
Zoe.
Oh my gosh. I'm definitely, when I talk to her, inevitably one day, I'm going to be like, hey, you've got to do this. Got this great idea from this person who loved your book.
Loves all your work.
Loved all your work. Oh, fun. This is actually, so we're going to talk about what we want to read, hopefully within the next week.
Yes.
This is something you mentioned last time, and I see you did not read it.
Wow. And since I saw that you didn't read it, I'm going to read it.
I mean, maybe. And that, of course, is PTSD Radio.
By the way, I returned that. I almost cursed. I returned that thing.
Did you read any of it?
No.
Oh, I thought you read it and hated it.
Remember I showed you through Libby, they sent me to this.
Right.
You can imagine I didn't have the patience for that.
Right. Nobody got time for that. Yeah.
So I figure after you read it, and maybe you're going to be like, oh, this is really awesome, that I'll just buy it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And these are nice. I'm looking around for a standard size manga that I don't have near me for some reason.
It looks bigger.
It's bigger. They're kind of this isn't even, it's Kodansha, so it's a big Kodansha, because Viz typically does it bigger. Why can't I find anything? I'm just there's no manga around me. I guess not. I finally cleaned up. Reed actually helped me with that. Thank you, Reed.
Oh, good guy.
Yeah, it was, what was it? I think I was staying late at work, and he texted me. He was like, hey, I cleaned up in the library some. And I'm like, nice. Oh my gosh. He's like, books are off the floor. I was like, oh my gosh, what a great day.
Wonderful.
So he's the best. Thank you, Reed. Anyway, it's a nice little, it's a bit of a chunk, love that. But this, of course, is some weird horror manga that I just picked up. I had Second and Charles credit. And I was like, what is this? You and I both have, experience and a previous love and enjoyment of radio specifically. So that, caught my attention. And also this strange cover. I just thought it was so weird. The weird speakers. It's also you need to actually pick this up in real life, because the texture on the speakers is interesting. And this is textured.
Are you ready for this?
I'm gonna keep touching it.
Honestly, I'm just being real honest here. I almost just touched the screen. What is going on? I swear I haven't had anything to drink. I almost touched the screen. Like, is this some new technology that I thought you had? I don't know.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
The Guzbuzz is here. Hello,
Hey,
Joe. Love that.
Joe.
Hi, guys. Krista, have you heard about Lights, the sequel to Sheets and Delicates? Absolutely. I'm so excited about Lights. Brenna Thumner just announced that, and
Nice.
it's going to be the third and final installment in the Sheets universe, and whatever she's calling it universe. Actually, I don't know, but it's coming out in September. You guys, like the I you okay. Mary and I only have a friendship. That's not true, but it
Wow.
started.
The only reason.
The only reason it ever happened. That's not true, but the reason it happened. That's fair. The
That's
thing
one
that
of the
started
reasons.
it all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the reasons. But
It
really,
was
what kicked it
actually
off?
before that. I know
What's that?
we're being a little annoying now. Everyone's like, spit it out. Before Sheets, there was actually another book that you introduced me to, and I think I messaged you like about it because I wanted to know like more about it before I attempted to read it.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember?
I
It was
don't
it was
remember.
a sports one. Oh,
Sports one. I'm like looking around. What?
I don't know if you own it actually. Fence. Remember that book?
Oh, I don't own it.
I think that we
That's
talked
right.
about that.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
now that we got that cleared up.
That's fun.
But secondarily,
Real quick, Batman is also stoked. Love that.
nice.
Yeah, okay, so I'll never forget it. But barely I'll forget what happened before it. But Mary messages me and she's like, "Hey, I went to a con. I have something for you.
Right.
Can you send me your address?" And I remember, because anxiety, I talked to Reed about this and I was like,
Yeah.
do I want to give someone my address?
You
Like,
thought
I
for
don't know
real
what
I
to
was gonna
do.
murder you or something, didn't
Well,
you?
I didn't think that, but I was
It's
also
fair.
like, am I dumb for trusting her? But she seems real cool, but also like, I don't know. And then she came to my house, you guys, and she was like, we're gonna be friends.
I did not. Don't listen to this.
She didn't come to my house. Sadly. Now I want you to. Please
I
come.
know, right?
Hang out with Buffy and Willow, it'd be great.
Aw.
But anyway, yeah, you sent me a signed copy of the Sheets book that I so dearly loved and would talk about all the time and tell everybody to read, because
Yeah.
you met Brenna at New York Comic Con.
She was so freaking nice. I mean,
I love that.
yeah,
I
just
love
so sometimes people call other people sweet and it doesn't I mean it with like the biggest heart saying she was sweet. Like just a
that. I love
nice,
that.
nice person. Yeah.
So what I'm hoping now is one day I go with you to New York Comic Con and Brenna's there,
Yes.
and then we can tell her, because I feel like she's the person who would be like
Yeah.
think that's really cute.
She'd
You know?
no, I think she'd really appreciate that. Like, hey, my work brought, pretty much
Yeah.
brought two people together, like, and now they're best friends. Like, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Very cool. So maybe I'll just
Yeah.
have to like comment on one of her posts and tell her that one day, because that is really cool. Because
Yeah.
we're gonna give her credit in this. I think that's cool.
Yeah, I love
But anyway, and you're lovely for doing that, because you thought of me and
Aw.
like you sent it, and I'll never forget it. It was the coolest thing ever.
Oh, very cool. Well, I'm glad you decided, and you and Reed decided it was okay to give me your address.
It worked out. It all worked out. Oh, my dad has a question. Question for you both. Can you read prose like only 4 to 6 pages a day and still follow/remember and make it work? Just wondering if that is super odd or not, because that's what I've been doing for years now.
I have done that. I guess it really depends on what I'm reading. Sometimes I'll get frustrated though, because if I don't remember, it depends how many times I have to go back and reread, and then I'll get frustrated. But I don't think that's odd, only because if you're really reading 4 to 6 pages, it's sort of like remembering a conversation you had, right? With someone. So it probably depends on like how it's written as well, right?
Plus, I think my dad's referring to, he reads his prose typically on his like short lunch breaks at work, or
Oh,
like
nice.
little
Okay.
breaks.
Yeah.
And I believe he reads comics at home.
Nice.
So that makes sense. Also, I know he's going through like the Lord of the Rings trilogy, or was. I don't know what you're doing now, Dad. Is it the same? Probably it is the same if you're only doing 4 to 6 pages a day. And those are like more dense and there's a lot of world building, right? And like
Right.
little journeys. So I feel like that would be easy to follow in that kind of way.
Right.
I don't do that a lot just because if I have prose going, typically, I mean, not right now because I've abandoned my prose. Sorry. But sorry, Kiss Her Once for me. The dust jacket's just lying here and I'm like, I need to finish it. I know, I know.
Yeah.
But when I've picked up something like this, I just want to eat it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Typically. So I find it hard to rein in at like a few pages. But yeah, if it works for you, works for you, right?
I actually think it's a good idea. Listen, because 4 to 6
Yeah.
pages a day, if I did that this week with, I was said a woman in white, the woman in white, I'd be much further in the book. But I
Yeah.
read 12 one day and then I just didn't pick it up again. So if I did it your dad's way, like I'd be further along. So I think
Well, and maybe that's what I need to do with Kiss Her Once for me. Like, right? I need to just like keep it beside my bed and just dip into it, even if it's a tiny bit every night.
Yeah.
And then I won't feel like it's been so long that I'm annoyed at
Exactly.
myself, which is what I currently feel. So, Dad, maybe you got something going for you there. I don't know.
Yeah. Which, by the way, that book Kiss Her Once for me, I really enjoyed it. But that's when I decided, like, I'm probably not going to reread it. So that's in my donate to the library book nook pile. So
Nice.
let somebody else read it for a buck.
One day, yeah, we'll have to like go through some of those like books together. I think that'd be fun. To,
Yeah.
like, hey, this is what we're gonna like. Although I worry if we do that,
Yeah.
you'll be like, send me that one, and I'll be like, send me that one.
Right. And then exactly. Maybe it's better we just keep it quiet.
Yeah, maybe. Or we talk about it after the fact. We're like, hey.
Right. No, but
then I'll be like,
no, wait. You what? You gave that away?
I can't believe it. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Nick. How's it going?
Oh, okay. My dad's saying he did that with 1984, Slaughterhouse 5, and now Lord of the
awesome.
Rings. That's fun. Mike just finished Legends and Lattes, my first prose book in years, but had to read a full chapter at least.
Nice.
Mike, did you enjoy it? Because I recently got that from the library, and by recently I mean a few weeks ago. It's been sitting on my shelf, but I do really want to read it. I'm very interested.
I'm interested in that too. I think that cover has like sucked me in, just
Yeah,
based on the cover.
Good.
Yeah,
it's so good, and it sounds like just like a warm hug, and we love that.
Yes.
In books, you know.
Yes. Absolutely.
So, what are you wanting to read?
Oh, Mike, is it my turn?
Yeah. Because all I did was talk about this weird book, and then we went.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I had something else to say about that book, and now I don't remember. Yeah. Oh well. Oh, I think the second one came out already, right?
It did. Yeah.
Yeah. Recently,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I think so. And Nick started Spawn Origins 1. Do you like it, Nick? Because I know a lot of people have Spawn opinions.
I know nothing about Spawn, if I'm being honest, so I can't say if I like or dislike. How about you?
Yeah, I haven't read any. I just know a lot of people like get it for the art only.
Oh, okay.
Where they're like, it's lacking in story, but I know a lot of people love it, so I'm just curious your thoughts, Nick. I don't know anything.
Nick will tell us. Okay, this was also a gift from you. We could do a show, gifts from each other. So I'd like to finally get into Clementine by Tilly Walden.
Yes.
I really don't know what the holdup is. There is no holdup. I have no excuses. And this one's been like not quite on my night. I have my nightstand, and then I have a pile of books on the floor next to my nightstand. Because it's not enough that I use a book cart as my nightstand.
Nice.
I have to put them on the floor because the book cart is jammed.
Love that.
So I think everybody knows that this is basically from the Walking Dead universe. And there's you could fill me in on it's based on a game, right? It comes from the game world of
the Telltale games of The Walking Dead. Which, by the way, Mary, I know you're not some like big gamer, but you would really enjoy those because they're very much like it's just like a narrative. Did you say what?
Sorry, I'm like I think I didn't have enough coffee or something today, but I am like slap happy. But I have a game prop so continue.
Oh, okay, okay.
I meant to do it in my inside voice, and I think I actually said out loud,
So,
"Oh."
oh, you did,
Yeah.
and I was
And I
like, oh, what?
and I reached for something. So
Love that. Yeah, I think you would really enjoy playing it because
really?
it really is just like a narrative journey, and you pick
Oh,
things, and
cool.
that changes the story. So you don't it's not there's not a ton of gameplay.
Okay.
It's just interesting and fun and interactive, and it's such a great story. And I say that without having finished it, but the first one that I very much remember that this, it comes from the world and you see moments of. But anyway, the
Okay.
first one's so good.
Oh,
So I
that's
don't know.
cool.
One day maybe dip your toes in it.
What I know nothing about like modern day games or gaming. Where do you play it? What's it on?
I think it's on like every system, so you can also get it
Oh,
for your PC.
you're like, you old bat, play it on your PC.
I assume you don't have a gaming system. I don't know.
I do. No, I
I
have
was
like
like,
a. When I show you what I bought over the weekend, you're gonna laugh and know why I
oh,
asked that question. Do you want me to?
did you
Should
buy
I?
a Switch?
No.
Oh, girl. Okay.
What's in my hand? It was $5. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So my favorite game system of all time, like as far as consoles go, is the Atari 2600. Like that's like what I grew up playing with my best friend Sean growing up. So whenever I find the old cartridges, like if it's like a good deal, I pick them up and I just display them more as like little pieces of art or whatever. So I found for $5 the Asteroids cartridge
Oh, nice.
in like super good shape. So I could not resist buying it.
Love
So that's
that.
why I thought it was funny, like the game conversation
Yeah.
came up, and I
You're
was like,
like,
"Oh,
I
actually,
have vintage cartridges.
game." So one of my other ones that I have that I could think of off the top of my head, I bought a Miss Pac-Man one, but like in the original box. That's like I talk about it. I drive Kim crazy. I'm like, when I found this, she's like, "I know you have the Miss Pac-Man in the original box." It's like one of my favorite possessions.
Nice. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah. All right.
Um, Mike's saying Legends of Lattes was a laid back read, and I think it was a good choice to start reading prose.
Oh, nice.
We got a lot of chatter now. Sorry. I've Batmanda says I finished on a Sunbeam this week and loved it so much. Yes, Batmanda. Now I'm reading a book about Lord of the Rings, Defending Middle Earth by Patrick Curry. Dad, take note. I feel like that's something you'd be
Wow.
interested in.
It's like a family affair
Cool.
now.
Love that. Like saying it's funny. I loved Spawn when I was a kid. I would sneak issues in VHS tapes in the
Cool.
house of Spawn because I was so young. That's funny. I love the art, but never took the story too seriously at the time. I'm loving it so far, though. The writing doesn't bother me at all. I rather enjoy it. The art is good. My God, it's so good. Yeah, that's what everybody says.
That's
That's
cool.
great. That's awesome. Love that for you. I played some of the game. I want to give this a try. Oh, please read Clementine, everybody. It's worth it, even
Awesome.
if you haven't played the games. Obviously, Mary, those are artifacts that are also art, I guess.
Well, Larry, I think you and I are like, I think we're pretty close in age. I think, right, Kristen?
I
Ish.
mean,
I think we're pretty close. So I love that. Put it this, I'm just saying, I love that Larry gets me.
yeah, okay, okay. I mean, I get some of you too. Thank
Oh,
you.
oh no! Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. There's actually, I'm sure Larry probably knows about it. There's a book. I've seen it on IST, and I better buy it before they no longer have it. But it's like, I think it's called The Art of Atari, and it's
Oh,
like,
you should buy them.
yeah, it's like all this stuff. I know. I'll stop showing asteroids. That's
No,
right.
you should buy. You should put it behind you now.
Right. So yeah.
Kim's gonna walk in one day, and you're gonna have like a whole like thing behind you, like I do. She's
Right.
like, "What is this?" And you're like, "It's my setup."
I need to set. She actually
My
said to me,
setup.
she's like encouraging me to like, I don't know where I can do it in our place. It's not like our place is tiny, but we just have things like me with the books and her with her guitars. Like,
Yeah,
we have hobbies. So, but
sure.
she's been encouraging me. She's like, you need a setup, like somewhere you just go sit down and like do your thing. So that's cool.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, there's some people wanting to do live purchase on IST right now. Let's go. Let's
Ooh,
go.
look at you,
Love
William.
that. Love that encourager. Chris is in the middle of reading the Spider Woman Masterworks. Awesome.
Mm,
And Captain Marvel by Kelly Sue DeConnick. That's cool. I want to read that too.
Nice. Are you up? Am I up?
Was it? Oh yeah, Clementine. You did
I mean,
Clementine.
I showed Clementine and an Atari cartridge, so
Right. Okay. Sorry, I don't have cartridges near me. I do have some in the house. They're not vintage, so sorry. But I want to get to Dungeon Critters. Look at how
What is
fun this
that?
looks.
Oh my god, I love that art.
I know, right? So this is a book I picked up when I was in Chicago. At one of what is it called? Do I have a bookmark in here? No. I want to say it was called like Bucket of Blood Records or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, which sounds brutal. But it was a record store / bookstore, and the book section was incredible to the point where there's a like comic section. It wasn't like huge, but it's just like the selection they had was like
Right.
really great.
Nice.
And Reed's book was there. Hardcore Anxiety was there,
Oh, I
which
love
was the
that.
coolest to see that like on a shelf somewhere that
Of
we
course.
liked. So and I found this there, but I got a few things in their book section. They had like really hyper specific categories within genres. That was just so cool. I just loved how it was done. That place rules. So if anyone's ever in Chicago, please check it out. It was awesome. I loved it. But this is blurb by the author of Check Please on the back, which I love. And I just picked it up, opened it up, and I fell in love with this art. I love the cover. I like the interior art. It looks fun. Of course, it looks like just like a little like a journey of all these like creatures. Do I know anything about it really? Absolutely not. It's by First Second too, which is kind of all I need to know. But yeah, the little flap in the end says quest plots, evil plants, magic and mayhem. What more do you need? What more do you need?
I love a good mayhem.
There's French flaps, there's a map. Come on now. It just looks really fun. So I'm looking for this map in the back too. All the maps. But
why are French flaps so fun? I love them too, and I couldn't tell you why.
Why? Yeah, because honestly, what's the point, really, right? But they look nice. They just make everything look a little fancier, right?
I also enjoy how they sort of protect the cover a little bit more, right?
Yeah, because you have that fold and not like the hard end.
Yeah.
Yes. We're really getting deep into it. But I think this is realistic for me to actually pick up and enjoy. We'll see.
Yeah, that looks like a Kristen read.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. And I like that you said thank you to that.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one I think is going to make Larry very happy. I'm finally, allegedly,
maybe,
going to pick up this Omni.
Oh.
The Bronze Age Swamp Thing.
Oh, look at you. Wow.
Ooh, it kind of matches my sweatshirt too tonight.
I love that.
I watched Larry's video, and he recommends you read this first before going into Alan Moore. Right, Larry? Did I get that right? So I'm going to do it. It's on my shelf. Show you the spine. I know you people in your spines.
You people.
You people. So it's time. It's been on my shelf. I don't. It's probably, would it make sense to say, a couple years that I've had this?
That makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know exactly when it came out. That's why I say that.
Mm-hmm.
But one of my reading goals of 2023 was to finally dip into some Omnis, and I believe I stated that I wanted to read at least one every 2 months. So I realize I'm a bit behind schedule.
Hey, at least you're doing it, because look at I also wanted to do something like ridiculous, like read one every month, but look at me not touching these.
It's all right.
It
Judge-free zone. I always say that.
My dad's saying yes, Swamp Thing is great, and you need that first.
I'm doing it.
Do I need it first though? Because what I plan to do is not read that and then read Swamp Thing by Alan Moore.
Kristen,
just say, well, I don't have it. I don't own it. I don't want to go borrow it.
I don't know.
You're just shaking your head like, I'm just wondering, because I know plenty of people who've just read that and they're fine. So.
Who just read Alan Moore first?
Yeah.
You mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
One of them lives in this house. His name's Reed.
Oh.
He is okay.
Right, but from what your dad says, you might miss this one major thing.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I don't know.
My dad's saying, I think your mom, that's my mom, is more into those old games than I ever was. But I totally get
Oh.
it. A lot of my friends were into all that. I didn't really game much until Doom 2, 3 era or so.
Huh.
Nick says, Doom, Larry knows what's up. I played, I mean, my dad and I have talked about this, but maybe you don't know, Nick. Maybe people don't know. But when I was like 10, my dad and I would play Quake 3 Arena online back in the day before that was like a huge thing anyway, right? We would go into free for alls, right? Which is like where it's a free for all because there are like tag teams and there are other things. We went into the free for alls, but we would team up. And I thought at
Ooh.
10 years old, I thought I was so cool because like I would go to wherever some guy is with my dad, right? And we would both like turn our guns on him. Just like,
Whoa.
yeah. And it was really fun. So never forget. It was so fun. I love that game. You could power through that Muppet Babies one pretty quick to get your January Omni and keep on track for one. Can I, Hayden? I actually haven't even opened it. It
Do
seems a little chunkier than the Muppets one. I know you and I both have this because I sent you this.
Yes, you gave
right?
me the Muppets. Yep. I haven't read it yet.
Because my Ollie sticker is on it. Maybe this is one I should get. And I hear this is like the better one. Like people really go on about this one. Yeah. It's also thinner, so we like that.
Are you going to be checking out Ollie's with the alleged Omnis, the DC Omnis there?
I just don't think I care about any of them, to be honest. Like
I know, but what if you stroll up to Ollie's, you go to the book section, and they're like just staring at you, so cheap. You can walk away.
Then we may talk. I don't know.
All
Well,
right.
I don't know, but I will honestly come on here and tell you all about it. I need to just go to Ollie's and see if my Ollie's has grabbed any of those, and then we
Yeah.
can see what happens. But
Me too.
do
But
are you wanting any of it? Because I can certainly grab some stuff for you if
I
mine
mean,
has it.
if the price is right, I could easily be suckered in.
Okay.
But it's but I also they're Omnis. I also don't want to make you like, it's like a heavy load.
You know, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Didn't I once send you like those Walking Dead beasts?
I mean, and by
they
the
were
way,
so cheap.
between you and Reed, you
Yeah.
did a better packing job
Oh,
than a lot of book sites. That's
Reed
all
gets
I'm
all
gonna
the
say.
credit for that. He's
Yeah.
he's the packer. He's so good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm planning to read my first Omni in a while, and that's Star Wars by
Ooh.
Jason Aaron. What a great one to start with, Mike. I love that Omni, especially if you're already a Star Wars fan. It's so good. You're gonna have a good time.
Nice. I've never read that.
You need to do it, Mary. As a Star Wars fan, I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
You're afraid. Why are you afraid? Of not enjoying it?
Because Star Wars is one of those like attachments I have
I know. I get it.
from being, it's all stemmed from my childhood. So
I get it. I had the
again,
same.
my best friend Sean, we played with the action figures. Like it was
Yeah.
all about more. If I'm really being honest, it was more about us playing with the action figures than the movies at the time.
That's fair. Yeah.
But Muppet
I
Baby,
mean-
boy, everybody's into the Muppet Babies.
James, thank you for that. Muppet Baby is actually a good book. I'm glad somebody's saying it because I have it and I want to feel like I'm going to read it. So thank you for that, James. You're going to make me open it. I mean, I doubt you even let's read. You're right, Hayden. You're very right.
Right.
That Ollie's Near Me never has any of
really?
this. There's been a lot of stuff that has popped up in the Omni Realm that we don't get here either. So it's weird. We did those gory, violent shooters when you were so young, and yet you have no criminal record as an adult.
You raised her right.
Yeah, I guess so. See, people are like, video games make you violent, but then maybe you just get all that out in the game, and then you don't go do it, right?
Exactly. And you remember it as like so fun because you're like running around with your dad, like doing that. It's like you're a team, and yeah,
I loved it. The Allies in my time will have 6 different DC omnibus. James, did you get any of them?
Right, that's the big question.
We need to know. Did you buy?
He's going to be like, yeah, I bought 6.
I'll be like, oh, well, makes sense.
Duh.
Of course. What was I thinking? Is it you? No. Is it me?
You're up. I did Swamp Thing.
Okay.
Right? Or is your critter book? Boy, our memories are.
Girl, it's bad. I think it was you.
I think so too.
This is one I actually started last year and I put down.
Oh.
So I want to pick it up again.
Well,
That's what I
that's
want
like
to do.
you get double points if you complete this, I think.
You know what? I should. I really
Revisiting
should.
a book you put down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. And that's Ruining Your Cat's Life
Oh yeah.
by
I
Lauren
remember.
Barnett.
Yeah.
Did I mention this again recently? I don't know. I need to pick it up.
Not too recently, but recently.
Well, I'm sorry if you guys are seeing it for like the 100th time, but
No,
it's in
not
my
like that.
stack. There is cats involved. They're not like super prominent. I like her art style. It's interesting. But it's because there are just some moments like this, right? I don't know. It looks really fun, and I really liked what I was reading. But I don't know. I just put it down for some reason, and I need
It
to pick it back up.
happens.
So yeah, I want to pick back up.
And listen, there will be plenty times when I know I think I'm pretty sure that I've shown Clementine before during these shows, but like if I didn't read it
Yeah,
yet and I
yeah. We're gonna keep talking about it until we do. That's how it works.
everybody watching is probably like, "Can you please read it already?" All right.
I love it.
Oh wait.
James
Here
did
we go.
answer. I bought Wonder Woman, War of the Gods omnibus, and Wonder Woman Golden Age Volume 3.
Nice.
That's wonderful. Love that.
Awesome. Okay. These are on Hoopla, so that's why I'm going back to the iPad. I keep borrowing this book, and then I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I think this might be the third time that I borrowed it, but Kristen, I know you do this, and I don't know if other people in the chat also, but like with Hoopla, towards the end of the month, if you don't use up your borrows, then they're just like wasted, right?
Absolutely.
So, 9 times out of 10, we're like scrambling at the end of the month. Oh, I have to borrow, and you borrow like 7 books. You're like, am I going to read these?
And they sit there. Yeah.
So finally, I would like to try and say that I'm going to read Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So I know everybody's seen this cover already, but
I mean, some people probably haven't. I'd like to read that too, which is weird for me to say.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's gotten like rave reviews, and why not try it?
Yeah,
that's what Hoopla was for.
Did you read Supergirl Being Super?
No, did I? Let me hang on.
We just talked about our memory. There's no way you know, right?
I think that I had every intention, and I think that's one that I probably borrowed a lot on Hoopla and never got to. But
yeah, I really liked it. It's the only Supergirl story I've ever read.
Nice.
And I read it. I really liked it. And now everybody's saying, if you like that, you're gonna like that one. That you mentioned. Which is why I'm like, okay, then I'm gonna read it because,
Super girl. Oh, I can't say super now. Supergirl Being Super. Let me see. How about I'm trying to figure out if I read it, right? What did I do? I pulled it up on Hoopla. How I girl. All right, I'm going to Goodreads. I know
that makes more sense.
Yeah, this is like again exciting.
No, I love it. I'll pull up some comments while you do it.
Awesome.
Architectural foam panels and columns. Hello.
Well, hello there.
I've never seen you here before. Thank you for being here. My dad says I'm going to finish 7 to Eternity and then finish All New Wolverine Omni probably within the next few weeks.
Nice.
What a joy that you're going to finish All New Wolverine. I'm so excited.
By the way, I've been like itching. I keep going to IST and like almost buying that, and I just need to do it.
I think you actually do need to do it, and I don't mean to be that person. Okay, because here's the thing. I think everything in their mom will be reprinted.
Yeah.
Everything and their mom will be reprinted. So you don't really have to worry about it.
You say and your mom whenever I do that. It's always someone's cousin. I always say and their cousin.
Nice. Yeah, okay. Well, love that. How
about your mom's cousin?
How about every book and their mom's cousin? Because just let's make it not make even more sense, right? I think everything's gonna be reprinted. I'm not worried about it. However, if you're worried about it, and now that it's back on IST when it wasn't for a long time. Yeah. Right. I actually had to get it from Amazon to gift it to my dad for Christmas. And I was scared the whole time. I was crossing my fingers. It would arrive okay, and it did. But yeah, apparently it's back on IST, so we love that.
Nice.
Williams wanted my dad to review that. And he plans to. Love that. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow is excellent. Reading that made me want to read more Supergirl.
Oh,
Batman
cool.
reviewed.
Nice.
Love that from you. So
Yeah.
definitely Chris also loves it.
All right. I think I know what I have to read this week then.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice,
That's
nice,
the
nice.
King's Supergirl, the one that's basically retelling of the Searchers in Space. I don't know. Is
Oh,
it?
is that what it is? Not that I know what Searchers in Space is, but
I was gonna
that's
say we're minimal knowledge here.
no, but that's cool because no one's ever mentioned that on any show I've watched. So thank you.
Yeah, cool. Kristen, Avengers Omnibus Volume 1 would like a word. What? What? I don't know what it means, Dad. Explain it. He probably said that after I said something and I didn't catch it.
I get you.
Is that what's happening, Dad? Let me know. 7 Attorneys are already out of stock on IST. We're referring to all new Wolverine, but that is a bummer. Got lucky and got Descender and Ascender from IST. Had a 2% discount. Also, that was a plus. Awesome. I still haven't read Ascender. I plan to reread Descender and then read Ascender because that's what I feel like I need to do. And I'm excited about it. Those are not in my stack, but they should be.
Oh, and for those who care, it seems I have not read Supergirl being super.
I wanted to know, so thank you for that.
I marked it as want to read. So
nice.
Yeah.
Is it you? Is it me?
Wait, so I just did Supergirl, right?
A girl. I've got a problem too. I can't. I can't. Oh, that Omni has never been reprinted. I got it paying too much money on eBay. Point is, not everything is getting reprinted. The point is, you just wait a year or two, Dad, and you just watch that get reprinted. That's my point.
You know, it's funny. I see both of your sides on this because I'm somewhere in the middle. Because sometimes if I want something, I just want it.
No, and I get it.
And I get it. I also can understand your side, Kristen, because it's like sometimes I do that, right? And I buy it, and then I don't know, fill in the blank. 6 months later, a year later, sometimes less than that, the damn thing is reprinted, and it's like, I'm like, what? Why did I spend that money? It's just such a crapshoot, right? Because like you don't really know for sure. But I totally hear you. Like,
yeah, my dad's got the FOMO bad. Yeah,
I understand the FOMO. I get it.
I just, see my point of view. I'm just like, some of these Omnis have just sat on my shelf.
Yep.
To the point where they sit there and they sit there. They go out of print. They go grossly out of print. People are like losing their minds about it out of print. And then I'm like, maybe should I just sell this book I haven't read? And then it's reprinted. And then I'm like, usually it's reprinted to this point when it's like a Marvel Omni. Mm-hmm. And they're like, here's a DM cover we didn't have before. And it's even cooler than the one you have. And I'm like, oh man, why did I just wait? Because then I could have the nice, cool cover.
Right. The cover you want, like that you like better. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I get that.
More knowledge. Woman of Tomorrow was heavily influenced by the 1965 John Ford Western, The Searchers. Oh, interesting.
Nice.
Love that. Okay, cool. So you showed Supergirl. So I'm showing some. I remembered. This is one you also showed.
Oh.
Fairly recently, I think.
Here's one you showed and you never read.
And that is Be Very Afraid of this name that I can't say.
Kanako Onuki.
There we go. Mary knew what was up. This is also like, I know you have this on digital, right?
Yes.
It feels so interesting. Like these flowers are like really like, it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. The fingers are raised. I don't know.
I need to ask about the eyeballs because those are the best eyeballs ever. Are they raised?
They're glossy, and the rest of it's not.
What if they made the eyeballs mushy?
Ew.
Ooh.
Ew. On the back it says Japan's Queen of Horror Manga returns. And there are 6 hair-raising stories selected for this collection, featuring an array of unnerving character scenarios brought to life in her signature style in the tradition of Junji Ito and some other people. It horror manga. We love that. That's all I know. It looks bonkers inside. I can't show some of it. Um,
Can you show any of the art? Just because I have
yeah,
it digitally and I've haven't peeked inside yet.
yeah. Here's some. Here's some
Oh,
interestingness.
cool. Okay.
Yeah, it looks neat.
Yeah.
It's certainly, I think, an older style. I don't know what year these came out.
Okay.
Like some of the characters, like here, I feel like that's an older manga style, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't even know that I've heard much about this. It just sounds like something I would like. So I got it one day.
You know who? I don't know if she read it yet. I just remember. I know she used to have a YouTube channel. You know who I'm gonna
I know
say?
who you're gonna say.
Manga
Manga
hoarder.
hoarder. Yeah.
I think her name's Laura.
Yeah.
Um, but I saw her post about it, but I can't remember if she read it or not yet.
I can't either. We'll have to look
Yeah.
that up. Yeah, she was great.
Yeah.
Or is, I guess, still, right?
Yeah.
Omnis are hard on the knees. Not so much on the wrist. That's very true. It depends on the publisher. I feel Marvel will reprint eventually. I had a Silver Surfer Omni and traded it for a few Omnis. It was reprinted a year ago.
Nice.
Well, I am only specifically really talking about Marvel. DC, although, does a lot of like silent reprints too. So if we're
Do they
talking about
really?
the big two, yeah. You gotta lay on your belly like a little kid, rest the book flat on the bed floor. That's what my dad does. I told him he has to like kick his ankles when he does that. You know. Just looking over at googly eyes. Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh, I like that. You know, you
Googly
could
eyes
do
for
it.
that?
You can buy
I
googly
could
eyes.
just like glue them on. Yeah.
You know what? Makes me want to buy the book and do that now just because that's how I am.
Okay, you should do it.
Do you know,
Absolutely.
it's story time.
Yeah.
When I was in college, and I'm still best friends with my friend Lisa, and at one point we were roommates. We shared, I guess, an on-campus apartment. There were 4 of us in the apartment. I don't know why you need to know that. But we eventually started, I got like a bag of googly eyes. I really love googly eyes. I don't know why. And like anywhere in the apartment where there was like could be a picture, a painting, whatever, any human face, I put googly eyes. And I thought I was just so funny. So that happened, and then there was another thing, little prank since I'm talking about my college living arrangements. I don't know why. You know when you order something and it comes with those little peanuts, like those light.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we would take like a bag of those peanuts and line our other roommate's bed, like under the comforter with peanuts. And
Yes.
it was hysterical. And she put up with us. So we did stuff like that all the time.
So did she just get into bed and then it freaked her out?
No,
Is that
she
how
would,
it would work?
what
Or
would
would she
happen
just
is
see it and it'd go everywhere and it was a
it would
mess?
go everywhere and then she'd yell at us
Nice.
while laughing. But my whole
Yeah.
point was I love the googly eye idea.
Love that.
I'm a
Love
fan.
that.
My
Do you
turn.
Yeah, do you have more books in your stack?
I have one more. This is
Oh,
one.
just one?
Yeah, just one.
I
But then
always pick too many.
but no, but that's part of like that's what happens now.
That's
I
our
kinda like
bit.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our bit. But I do have one thing that I bought a couple weeks ago, and I don't think it's not a book, it's a record, but it might be
Oh.
something that everybody might like. I have a feeling, well, some people might like. So I do have that to show as well. So this is also on Hoopla. I've heard a lot about this book. I know nothing about it, and I don't know if you've read it yet, but it's The Many Deaths of Layla Starr.
I have read it.
Have you read it? And what
Mhm.
did I can't remember what you thought of it.
I liked it. I think a lot of people could lose their minds over it, and I didn't understand that.
Is it because like the cover's a little I don't know. Is it because of the girl? Is that why people go crazy? Like do people love this girl? I don't know.
People just like went bonkers about the
Oh,
story.
really?
You
Okay.
know, like I think it was Jess's favorite book of the year or something.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I liked it just fine. Like I
Yeah.
was just like, it was just like I feel like there's a hype, and then I was like, yeah, okay.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm glad it's on Hoopla. Like, let's see. I kind of
And
want to
you
see.
may love it and want to get it, and if you do love it, there's a deluxe edition coming out. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah.
Yeah. So I figure I'll give that a shot. Like, why not? Right on Hoopla.
Yeah, totally. I think it's
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
Peanuts are evil. Yeah, they're not great. So this is funny. I don't know if you recall, but we talked about our Hoopla reads we want to read this year or we want to get to soon, something like that, right? Fairly recently.
Mhm.
One of the books I had was a Breaking Cat news book, right? and it was called Pucky, Prince of Bacon.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, I got to get to this because like it came out kind of recently, and for some reason I just didn't get it. Like I just for some reason I
Yeah.
had it on my shelf, Mary.
Oh no. Well,
Sometimes you've been there. You
no, I
done
was gonna
that?
say if you want to put that in the Mary
Oh
pile.
no,
Now,
I mean
now
like
I'm begging
I
for books now.
I mean I owned all the other ones and didn't have
Oh,
this one for some
I thought
reason.
you meant for some reason I just took it as you bought 2 of them.
Oh, I'm not Jess. Uh,
Whoa!
no! Usually, I don't think I've. Well, there's been times where I've gotten the same book twice, but that's like a confusion of a cat mystery and a book
Right.
sale sent to Mary. Those all sent to Mary, but
Got it. Or I could see like if maybe back in the day when you sort of pre-ordered, like maybe you forgot you pre-ordered something.
and that's what this was. It was a forgetting pre-ordered, and then I put
Oh,
it on my
okay.
shelf, and then I
Alright.
forgot I had it.
I got you. I got you.
Not to the point of buying it again. Just I was like, oh, I gotta get it on Hoopla. That's not true.
No.
So you can't take my book, Mary. I'm really sorry.
Listen, I
You
was
were
getting
like, send it to me, and I was like, why?
you're like, "Mary, no." Okay, hang on one second. I'm very I forgot to plug in my computer. This is how my how my day has been. Can I can I plug in really quickly?
Absolutely. I thought you
Okay.
were gonna be like, I forgot to plug like something that you had to plug, like you were gonna be on a show or something. I was like,
No.
wait.
You're like,
Yeah,
"What's
go ahead.
happening?"
Yeah, plug in your computer.
All right, I'm gonna stop cam, right? That's not gonna disconnect me from you, right?
No, it'll just stop the cam. Yeah,
Okay.
you're
All
good.
right. All
Yeah, you're good.
right. Okay.
You're good. There you
Okay.
go.
I can
I can.
still hear you.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna pull up comments while you're doing that.
Okay.
Is that a Ram V join? Absolutely. Yes.
Yes.
He
Oh,
wrote Lila
sorry.
Star.
I meant to say that. I'm sorry.
My dad says Mary had a coworker that would always take without asking. I colored a peanut with a yellow highlighter and made it the last one
Oh
in
my.
my Cheeto bag. She almost had it in her mouth before I stopped her.
Oh, I like
Orange
how
highlighter, he meant. Yeah.
I love that. You know what? She deserved to just eat it.
Yeah. That's actually hilarious. Although I feel like that's not going to digest at all. So
Ah, sure, it'll come out somehow.
it'll come out somehow. Oh, fun. Love that. That's actually really funny though, Dad. Nice job.
Hi, I'm back.
You did it. But yeah, that's I want to read Pucky, Prince of Bacon. These are the Breaking Cat News books, which I just absolutely adore. It is truly just these cats pretending like they're on a news like program, and it's just always funny. The vacuum's always a constant bit, which is hilarious. Sometimes they're in the field, right? I love it. This is like my kind of stuff though, right? I love it.
Yeah, you I think you recommended the first one to me, like when it first came out or whatever, and I read it and it was so cute. Yeah,
It's yeah,
yeah.
just a blast.
It's a great one just to get lost in.
Totally.
Okay, here's my non-book. I'm not sure why I grabbed the two, like the Atari cartridge and this, but I don't know.
I
It's
want to
what
know.
happened.
Yeah,
So
share.
I don't know if we have any Edward Scissorhands fans out there,
Oh,
but I got this. It's colored
cool.
vinyl from Waxwork Records.
Show us the colors,
Okay, hang on.
please.
Because the packaging on this thing is amazing. Especially if you're a fan of this movie. There was a time when like I was such that you know that's Winona Ryder, right? I don't
Mhm.
mean to be insulting. I don't know if you saw
Yeah,
this movie or not. Um,
I actually
I
haven't seen it, but I know she's in it.
yeah. Um, I just loved everything that Winona Ryder was in. So let me show you. It comes with this. I think I'm
It's
gonna
another thing you have in common with my dad, by the way.
Edward Scissorhands.
Winona Ryder.
Oh yeah, I love Winona. Isn't this awesome?
That's super cool.
It's like Edgar Allan Poe-ish.
Yeah, love
I think
that.
that's the intent. So it comes with that, and then let me show you this art is just freaking amazing. Look at this. Can you guys see? I can't see what I'm showing.
Yeah, no, that looks awesome.
It's like the whole neighborhood. So awesome. Okay, I know you want to see the record
I
first.
just want to see the colors.
Are you ready? It's a
Yeah.
beauty. Probably like one of my favorites that I have.
Oh, nice.
Isn't this gorgeous?
I love a splatter. Is that like a Coke bottle clear splatter or no?
Oh, I don't know what
Is it
these
like a
terms
blue?
are. Oh, it's
Well,
like a. Go ahead.
okay, Coke bottle clear is, the old Coke bottles and how they were kind of green, like light
Oh,
but
oh,
kind
I
of
see what
clear.
you're saying.
Yeah.
No, this is more on the like baby bluish side.
Okay. I
It's
couldn't
probably hard.
tell from the camera. Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably hard to tell.
That's very pretty. I
Gorgeous,
love a
right?
splatter vinyl. Love it. Love it.
The only thing is, I'm like I don't claim to be some like, you know, professional record collector. I just buy what I like. But
Yeah.
this thing, it's brand spanking new and it pops and crackles like
Um,
I
have
was
have
sorry,
you
go ahead.
cleaned your needle?
I have.
Okay.
But then I forget what site I was on and I read a lot of reviews and everyone's like they should
Everyone's
have
mad.
called yeah, they're like they should have called this record like Snap Crackle Pop
Oh man,
like everybody's just saying the same thing. So
that sucks.
if I didn't love the I mean I guess I could try to see if I could get another copy, but I honestly I don't care that much because I love the packaging is I like love more so the art of the packaging and everything.
That's
So
awesome.
I'll just
I
steal.
love it.
Thank you.
That's very cool. We need to start showing vinyl on here. Clearly,
Oh, cool.
Batman just spends too much money on Mondo vinyl. Batman, tell me what you buy because I also love Mondo. We don't get tons of Mondo vinyl though because they are pricey. But I mean, they put out like the Buffy musical vinyl, which I was so happy to get.
Oh, I have
They
that
put out a
too.
lot of good stuff. Yeah, that's worth some money now, girl. If you ever want to
Is it
just,
really?
yeah, yeah. OMG was about to suggest you tell her how much I love Winona Ryder, of course.
What's your favorite Winona Ryder movie, Larry?
I feel like he's going to say Heathers, but we'll see what he
Oh,
says.
great one. I know mine, but I'll wait. I'll wait for him to answer.
Batman, those are beautiful. They are beautiful.
Thank you.
When we need to get David from Garage Geek on here for the vinyl. Don't know who that is. I'm sure you've shown me, Dad, but love the scene when
Yes.
yeah, I need to watch this movie. Clearly, I've
I
just
think
never seen it.
I think
I'm
you'll love
sure I would
it.
like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we collect records too. We love
We
records.
do.
Um, we should, there's actually, if you're interested, there is a great video on my channel of Reed and I talking about records we want turned into comic books. I think like two people watched it.
No.
Thank you to those two people, but it really is like the least performing video on this, which I don't really care about any of that. But if you're interested, we do talk about that, which I think I thought it was a fun video idea.
I
We
love
came
that
up with it.
video. It was very
Thank you.
creative, like and you had to put some time into making that too. It's not like that just pulled it out of the air, you know?
Yeah, totally. So I think that's a good one if you want to check that out. But someday we'll have to go through like, I was gonna say go through the record collection, but like, how do you do that? So
I,
maybe just every now and then we should pull some and talk about them. I don't know.
we could do I know, here we go. We could do like pull one per show, like kind of like a
Yeah,
record of the whatever, record of the show, whatever. Just one you find interesting or a recent purchase or
even if it's
whatever.
just like a record you really love and it's plain black vinyl, but you want to talk
Yeah.
about it, like
Yeah.
I actually love that idea. So we should.
I actually just got a rare Reed Chancellor record in the mail. Thank you. The
Oh, oh
collectible.
yeah, a
I believe
collectible.
I believe there were only 15 made and I got the last one.
Absolutely, you're
Mhm.
the coolest. That's how
Yep.
that works.
Yep.
Okay, Dad, you said that. I think it just clicked it twice, maybe. Beetlejuice. It's a good one.
Nice.
Cool. I love hunting dollar bin vinyl. I'll check
Me
it out.
too.
It's fun. Heather's is number one. Yes. Roxy
Welcome home,
Carmichael.
Roxy Carmichael. Oh my god, I haven't thought of that movie in so long. I remember I loved it was like such a big deal that the song that Melissa Etheridge did for that movie and for a while like you couldn't get your mitts on it. So, I forget how I finally got it and I was like so excited.
That's fun. What's your
Apparently
favorite then?
I really love that one, but um I was going to say it's a tie, but maybe not. I love mermaids and reality bites. Those are my top two. I can
I'm sure.
watch what's that?
I'm sure my dad's seen those. I have
I'm sure
not.
he has. He absolutely has.
Here's the thing, I haven't seen if people watching don't know or haven't heard, I just haven't seen movies. Like, I don't know. I just haven't seen a lot of movies. Dad, what'd you do to me? I mean, I've seen some stuff that he made me watch back in the day, but I feel like there's a gap in my because of course I've seen Beetlejuice. You
Well,
know?
it's funny, like this time period that we're talking about, like me following Winona Ryder and stuff. Like that's when I was really watching a lot of movies, and now I definitely don't. I barely watch movies now. Like
Yeah, me too.
I watch like documentaries or trashy reality TV sometimes. Like that's or I watched old like I watch like sitcoms that I've seen 400 times.
Yeah,
You know.
totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got their Tron Legacy and Over the Garden Wall records. I also grabbed the Portal
Nice.
Swoop box set, but I had to grab that one from BB-8. That's awesome.
Cool.
Those are good
You're making
ones.
me want to go on that site. I haven't been on there in a while.
Oh yeah, I've gotten we have a lot of Mondo pins, like enamel pins,
Nice. Yeah.
but we had to stop looking because it was getting too much. Like you
Yeah,
could just
cuz
go crazy, you know. And
right. And you're always going to you're going to find things you want every time. So,
yeah, we have a maybe we should do a video on our pin board collection sometime too, because it's like we
that'd be
finally
cool.
filled up a whole corkboard of pins,
That's awesome.
and it looks pretty cool. But I mean, also like, how do you do that video? I don't know.
I know.
But it's cool. Hi River.
Yeah,
It's
River.
pretty good in Girl Interrupted too.
Yeah, that was powerful.
Never saw Roxy Carmichael. Apparently, I need to because you're stoked about it.
Yes.
I liked her Little Women a lot too. I did see that one. That's one I've seen. I remember liking it a lot.
Larry, I recently got the DVD of that from like a library sale for $1. I was so excited.
Love that. It's stressful buying from Mondo too because their stuff sells out so fast.
Oh, it does. Okay.
I've tried so many times to get like posters, like screen printed posters that come out.
Yeah.
That like Reed and I are like super stoked on. I failed every time.
Oh
Like,
no.
it sells out too fast for me. Girl Up was probably my top 4 Winona movies.
Nice.
I'm sure he could do a whole list.
I love this. I don't know if I have another Winona like super fan like me.
It's my dad. 100%. But like, you showed the vinyl. Okay.
I like how you start, but like I love how
on.
you tried to do that. Like real subtle. So, Mary, if you were going to say like the last thing you talked about, like what would it be?
Yeah, it's just like that. Yeah, like in minutes the stuff has gone Mondo. I know, right?
So what do they have like a very small like printing or
They limit a lot of that stuff. Like,
yeah.
And I mean, I know the vinyl's limited too, but typically it stays around longer.
Okay.
But like the Buffy stuff's very out of print now, and they don't tend to reprint. I guess I don't actually know that. Maybe people know or repress.
You said you told everyone that everything gets reprinted.
I'm talking about books, not records.
Sorry.
That's totally different. Yeah, we don't. That's a whole different thing. Although I do think one day that will get repressed in some form, just probably not the same color or something. You know, because that happens.
Do you want to get me started about Record Store Day? Isn't that always a fun topic?
Yeah, we should go on about that.
Well, Kristen does. I'll tell everyone real quick. Oh no, let's do this first.
For some reason, I never got a free Winona shirt. Would make a nice gift. XL.
Oh, me too. I like
throwing that out.
I like my t-shirts in XL as well, just to have room. So yeah, just right, Larry. We're just throwing it out there, you know.
Yeah, just throw it out there
to certain people on the show. Your daughter. We make it really easy because now if you go to buy one for us, Kristen, you could just get 2.
You know what?
It's just it's the same size and all.
I may be writing it down. Just saying.
There's a line in King of Queens, where Carrie Heffernan's like talking about, oh, what store did Winona get in trouble for stealing from?
Was it like Barney's or something, or was it something like that, right? That.
But anyway, Carrie's like, there's a reason why Winona stole from there. They have such beautiful stuff. I love the Winona reference.
It's funny. That's funny. I'm assuming they still have this. I'm sure somewhere on the internet they still have those.
I'm guessing Etsy would be the place to go for that.
Yeah, if they don't, you just type free Winona on a shirt. You know what I mean? Like,
No, we want the official one, Kristen.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm saying now.
There's probably one with her mugshot. Do you want that one?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. But listen, since we started, I'm just gonna wrap it up real quick with the record store day. What happens every time? So you're always super nice, and you like if you see an artist I really like, you're like, oh Mary, but just to let you know, you should look at the list for record store day because I saw Madonna, I saw Fleetwood Mac on there, I saw Duran Duran on there, whatever. And instead of me going, oh, thank you, I go into like a rant like, I love record store day, but I hate it. I understand it's to support your local record stores, but I do that anyway. And I get into this whole thing because the bottom line is I act like a child because I hate not getting the records I want to get.
But my favorite is like every time I feel like you do this, you get the record.
All right.
It's my favorite.
All right.
This last time.
Oh, you're gonna name the record now.
Yeah,
go ahead.
You were like, if I don't get that Duran Duran album, it's a live album. But if I don't get it, I'll F everybody. F this and F that. Not that you're talking like that, but right. Like the general attitude.
Oh, yeah.
And then you're like, yeah, I got it.
No, what happens is I'm like,
no big deal. Got it easy.
I get back in my car and I'm like all smiling and I send you a picture. I got my Duran Duran record. And they had free donuts and coffee.
Yeah, I was going to say, and they fed me. It's fine. Like, I'm like, awesome. Oh, so you had a great time.
Yeah, this last one I did have a great time. I made friends with a couple guys in line. It was nice.
I love that.
It's what I do.
So you showed a record.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to keep with my stack. I guess the rest is me, right? I have 4 things left.
Yeah, I mean, I really ran out of things. I had records, cartridges.
I get it. I appreciate that. We like variety here. I need to bring more variety to my side because I'm just like, oh, these books I'm going to read maybe. The dumbest idea ever.
Oh.
This it's kind of a great cover, isn't it? I really aesthetically like it.
What's going on? Is that character doing a backflip or
there's yelling and there's
Did he kick,
or did he yell so hard that he I don't know. It's a great question. And what is the dumbest idea ever, right?
Record store day? Oh, sorry.
It's only keeping record stores alive, but all right, Mary.
Okay, Mary, and you go every time.
Yeah, like yikes. All right. It's only really fun every year, but okay. Jeff Smith, who wrote Bone, he blurbed it at the top. He says a fantastic story for all ages. This is by Scholastic's graphics line, so it's an all ages book. But on the back here, which I really enjoy that image as well.
That.
What if the dumbest idea ever changed your life forever?
Oh boy, it sounds like something I should read.
Are you already interested? It was also blurbed by Raina Telgemeier, who I also love, and Jean Yang, who is great. So I'll read you some of this. At 13, Jimmy was popular at the top of his class and the leading scorer on his basketball team. But all that changed when chickenpox forced him to miss the championship game.
Oh, no.
Chickenpox, right?
Did you ever have the chickenpox?
You know what? I didn't.
I didn't either.
Mary? I've never met another kid who didn't have chickenpox.
I start itching on camera.
I know. I'm like, oh no. And now, do you also worry about it now? Because you're like, oh my gosh, I know if I get it now, it's going to be really bad.
Yes.
Wow. I do. How did we not know this?
I guess chickenpox never came up in our conversations.
I feel like every kid in my class had it, and I never had it.
Wow. Even in grammar school, my best friend at the time, Jody, she got it, and I thought for sure that's when I would have gotten it. But
yeah, nope. Interesting.
And then even as an adult, my friend Randy's mom had it. I'm sorry, she had shingles, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I always heard if you haven't had chickenpox and you come in contact with shingles, you could get the chickenpox. Well, bottom line is I didn't get it then either. Yeah.
Interesting.
And Randy got the chickenpox again. She had it as a kid. When her mom had shingles.
Have we eradicated this, or is this still common in kids? Do we know? Do you know?
I don't know. I know that didn't we used to get a chickenpox vaccine?
Yeah.
As kids?
Yeah, which I feel like is probably still happening, right? Okay, well, James is in our club. Same here, never had chickenpox. This is where it's gotten to. I was reading this, and then now.
Has anyone here had measles? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Okay, all that changed when chickenpox forced him to miss the championship game. Then things went from bad to worse when he got pneumonia and missed even more school. This kid.
I've had pneumonia. This is so stupid. I was hospitalized with pneumonia in the 4th grade.
Oh no. I don't know if I've had it. Dad, have I had it? Do you remember? My dad had chickenpox, apparently.
Oh.
Okay. Before Jimmy knew it, his grades were sinking and nothing seems to be going right. Jimmy. How would Jimmy turn things around, get his momentum back, and maybe even land a date with the cutest girl in school?
It's always about a girl.
I know. And what is the dumbest idea ever? Nobody's addressing this, so now I have to know. But I gotta tell you, I really like the art inside.
Ooh.
Okay. It looks fun. It's not just black and white. That was just a little moment, but
nice. I'm sorry. I'm totally listening. I'm just checking to see if it's on Hoopla, but I'm curious about that book now.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of the graphics line on Hoopla, so I don't know if you'll find that. But
it's not on there. I'm heading to Libby.
Yeah, I was gonna say hit up Libby or like your local library because I feel like this is a good I feel like a lot of libraries are stocked well and they're like
oh, that's true.
Middle grade or like younger graphic novel section. So I feel like that's where you could probably find that. Another graphics book that I just picked up. I think I picked this one up at Heroes Con actually. City of Dragons: The Awakening Storm. This has been sitting on my shelf. I've been meaning to read it. The dragons have awakened.
Wow.
I don't know. The art looks good. I like a lot of stuff that graphics has put out. I like a good all ages book, and these little graphics these little dragons look cute. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna read it. Someday I'll read it. Last two things. Mean Girls Club, Pink Dawn. Look at this cover.
Wow, that's a nice cover. Is that a hardcover too?
It is. It's a hardcover book. What is this publisher called? Nobrow, I think. Is that right? I forget. They've put out a few things. Yeah, Nobrow. I picked this up at Half Price Books. They've been getting a lot of overstock from this publisher, I guess. Interesting, like cute pink spine,
Yeah.
But yeah, the ladies of the Mean Girls Club have been raising a riot around town, and the cops are on to them. Prepare for a mad dash of boozing, skull busting, and general mid-century mayhem as they deliver a swift stiletto stab to the crotch of the patriarchy.
Oh, that's a Wednesday night for you.
I mean, right? I just had to pick that up because what? And also, this art is interesting.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, really cool throwback with like the pink tones and stuff. I thought it looked really cool. So
nice.
Yeah, I'd like to read that sometime.
You're like, yeah.
Mike's never had chicken pot pie, so
now listen. I know this might be just a play off the chicken pox, but really, you never had it? You're missing out.
Please, what are you doing? My dad's like, Mike, you have to do that. I mean, please don't get chicken pox, but please get chicken pot pie. If you learned anything from tonight, please get your chicken pox vaccination and get your chicken pot pie. Okay. Great.
Aww.
And finally, my last thing, which you guys may be like, where's your huge stack of books? Like, you always have too many books and it's fun or whatever. I don't know. Are you like that? Maybe people are annoyed. I just dropped one on the floor. It's no big deal. It's fine. But this is maybe why, because this is obviously too much. But someone mentioned it in the last show I did with Jess. And I was like, well, then I actually have to read this on my shelf now. And it's quite heavy. It's not an Omni, but it is a big honkin' box set, which is the Girls with Slingshots box set. Yeah, there's 2 books in here. They're so big. Also, hear that? Sounds fun. But there's 2 very nice hardcovers in here.
Wow.
I got these a long time ago, I feel like. I think one of my friends saw it at a comic shop and was like, hey, this is really cheap. Do you want it? I'm like, yeah. So,
There's your
Little
ribbon.
ribbons in here, which we love. It is full of comic strips. This was a web
Nice.
comic, I believe. And I haven't read a single word of it. So, but someone brought it up and was like, "Hey, it's great." And I was like, "Okay, I know, and that's what I've heard. I don't know, I guess. That's what I've heard. And it's sitting on my shelf, and I'm just like, this is such a nice collection. I need to read it
Yeah,
and have an opinion about it, right?"
It looks so well made.
Oh, yeah, these are absolutely gorgeous. It's one of the best like slipcover sets, I would say, on my shelf, for sure. And now let's see
Yeah.
if I can get this back in and make
think
that
you can.
noise again.
Try to really do it up because your dad's saying that he likes
He
that
likes the sound. Okay.
Yeah, do a little song for him.
Hold on, let's this I look so stupid right now.
Don't
Hold
hurt
on.
yourself.
Here we go. Here we go. Okay, did you like that?
That was. Were you doing like a little song? Did you make up a song in your head?
You know what? I didn't, but I should have. You know what reading I do a lot? Have I talked about this? You know that little sound in All Star by Smash Mouth? Do you know that one? Hold on. Hold on. That one?
Oh, hey, yeah, but right before "Hey Now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. We do that a lot. We do that a lot when we can make a noise on a surface, and then we'll just do that sound. So that's what I should have done the first time. But yeah, love a nice slipcase. I know, right?
Yeah, that one's a beauty.
Plus, seeing like it's so big. What's an average tray? You keep not having these things around. Hold on, yeah, I do. Here's the Giant Days. Of course, right? All right, here we go.
Oh wow.
Here's the size comparison for you. What?
Wow.
That's nice, right? It's
huge.
Nice. And that's why I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Oh no! Did you hear that?
What was that? You broke something.
Something fell. I actually don't even know what fell.
Some little figurine.
So it wasn't the box set.
Some figurine just like lost a leg or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not a figurine. Why am I calling them figurines?
I don't know, but I like it. DJ Kristen. I used to be.
Here we go.
I used to be a DJ in college radio, so it's not a big deal, but it happened many years.
Nice.
Did I call myself DJ Krista? I actually don't remember. So maybe. Obviously, I don't remember because I don't remember what the last thing you held up was. It was the record. I remember now. Don't worry about it. But for a second, I didn't.
That's okay. I was pretty much lost too. So.
Well, we did it.
We did it. And I mean, does the chat want to tell us anything like what they're gonna read this week? Maybe.
Yeah.
Then...
Or hey, are there any of these books where you're like, you guys should really read this book or that book?
Oh yeah, like what we should consider.
What we should actually really maybe read from the
stack. I would. Oh, DJ Slayer. That's.
Oh, I love it.
That Amanda.
Yeah, that's good.
The problem here, I'm about to say we've done this before. We should try to pick which one the other should start. But the problem is we're not going to remember.
True.
What books the other one showed.
It's so true, but I think we can show those real quick. So let's do that if you're into it.
Sure, why not?
Okay, so show me yours because you don't have as many.
All right, hang on. I got to go to my fancy screenshots.
Right.
So I can show everything. Well, no one can say that at a minimum, at least we laugh when we're doing these things, right?
Yeah, that's what it's all about,
Okay, so I'll show you the digital ones first because that's easier. Supergirl.
Right.
Tom King.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're not going to pick this. You're like, yeah, I read
it. I may pick it because, it wasn't like about it. Okay, so someone's going to come back. They're going to be in the comments and they're going to be like, I can't believe you didn't like this. And then I'm going to be like, just ask me about Mr. Miracle. And then they're going to be like, oh no. And then I'm like, ask me about Hick Vengers, which actually I like way less than Mr. Miracle, which I thought was fine. Anyway. I'm just throwing out all my bad opinions, I guess.
I'm trying to think of books like that for me, and I'm just really drawing a blank. But because that would be
really
fun.
I gave Mr. Miracle like a 3. I gave Layla Star, I don't remember, maybe a 4, maybe a 3. I can't remember. I can't remember.
It's okay.
But hey, as you and I talk about, that's not a bad rating.
No,
It's
it
just
means
not the rating some other people want me to give it, you know?
yeah. Yeah, it's right in the middle. Means you
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah.
You're not going to
Yeah.
rave about it. You enjoyed the experience, but
Yeah. Anyway, go on.
and let's be honest, in a 3 rating, there's a little bit of generosity in that too. If we're really being
All the time. I'm not sure about all the time.
well, my 3s are typically
Wow. Now every time I see a 3 on a book that I liked or I gave you, I'm gonna be like,
yeah.
oh, she's just
Or I should say
generous.
this. If I gave something a 3, we should probably have a conversation about it.
Okay.
But I'm not one of those people that think a 3 is a bad rating.
No, because you showed the Shannon Wheeler book, which you, I
Yes.
believe, gave a 3.
Yeah.
But you liked it.
See, I think I gave that a 3 because it's just a small collection.
Yeah, and there's certainly, yeah, I get that.
It doesn't go too deep either way.
Yeah.
But I also see that would be where if I could give something, I didn't want to give it a 4, but if I could give it a 0.5,
3.5. Yeah. Yeah.
So
okay, I hear you.
Clementine, Tilly Walden,
Uh-huh.
and then Larry's gonna pick this one.
Oh yeah,
the Swamp Thing Omni,
the Beast.
Bronze Age, yeah, the Beast. And yeah, that's all I have.
Are you gonna be surprised when I pick Clementine? Like, are you really surprised?
The way you were talking, though, I thought you were gonna go with Layla Starr just to like.
No, I'm interested in your thoughts on that, but I feel like it's Clementine. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a thing. Okay. I'll go through mine. So of course, you know about Girls with Slingshots. You also know there's no way I'm going to read the whole thing by next time, but you know, Ruining Your Cat's Life, Dungeon Critters, The Dumbest Idea Ever, Pucky, Prince of Bacon, Be Very Afraid. Oh, can't even say afraid right now.
It's okay. It's okay.
Mean Girls Club, and City of Dragons.
I want to know. I'm gonna go with The Dumbest Idea Ever.
Because you got to know what that is, right?
I got to know what it is.
Totally a good choice.
And then
I want to know now too.
My second runner-up is that the cat book that you've been meaning to get to.
Okay. Ruining Your Cat's Life. Yeah. Okay.
That's my runner-up.
Love that. Mike's also voting for Clementine.
All right, cool. I love to hear
it. So I get it. I can't even talk right now, Mike. I get it.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah. So I'm excited for you to read Clementine.
Maybe I will start this tonight. Am I lying a little bit?
Listen, and if you don't read it, it's fine. It's fine. No pressure here.
I think we're gonna give your dad credit. I might even say, what if I at least do the Larry way? What if I read 4 to 6 pages? I mean, 4 to 6 pages of a graphic novel. I mean, come on. You could do it. I could do it.
Yeah. You know what? That's my goal for tonight, too. I want to read 4 to 6 pages of The Dumbest Idea Ever.
You know,
I don't think I'm going to find out within the 4 to 6 pages, but, you know.
I'm actually thinking that could be a little segment on Larry's channel. And it's called 4 to 6 pages. 4 to 6 pages. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying now.
Something, or we can do that as an ode to him here as well.
Oh. Yeah. And Kristen, what book did you read 4 to 6 pages of? And then here's my stack because I didn't finish anything.
You know what though? What a great way to dive into something, right? Because I think within those first 4 to 6 pages, it's always 4 to 6 now. Those first 4 to 6 pages, you got to learn something, right? You got to learn if you're even in the mood for it, because I know, again, we're such mood readers.
Yeah.
My dad can't relate, P.S. He's not. Which can't relate to that. But, within the first 4 to 6 pages, I'll be like, okay, am I in the mood for The Dumbest Idea Ever right now or not? And I feel like you'll know that with Clementine, too, So,
well, remember, I've already read the first 4 to 6 pages of Clementine because I got that free comic book day single issue, and I thought I read the whole book.
I forgot about that.
Because it was a little chunky for a single issue, what they put out, right? And
I love
I
this.
put it on Goodreads, and you're like, did you get some advanced copy?
I
Because
was really like, oh my god, how do I get advance copy?
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
how does she have it already?
Oh.
Oh, that's so funny. Do you remember? Did you rate it? Did you like?
I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it.
So you still really enjoyed the excerpt too? That's great.
Yeah, yeah. All right. I'm not gonna sit here and take it that it was an excerpt. It was a lot of pages.
How many was it?
I have it somewhere. It was like a chunky single.
Okay. Okay. That's so funny. I love it. I
You're
love
like,
it.
I love that you read that blurb.
that little blurb on the back, and you were like 4 stars. It's great.
Yeah, where is Reed? Good. That's a good question, Jane.
Yeah, James asked, "Is Reed doing okay?" He hasn't interrupted you about food. I know he went to the store. Let me check my text. Let's see. It looks like, yeah, at least 30 minutes ago he went to the store,
Oh, okay.
and he is picking up food after. I think it should be any time now, actually. So
Nice.
I think we're making good time.
I love it.
Now, do we want to get to the point where he interrupts us about food, or or we can be like, I think we're good though. I think we're good. How about you? Yeah, we got our books. We're gonna read 4 to 6 pages of at least.
You know, my mom's cousin, she reads 4 to 6. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, everyone and their mom's cousin reads 4 to 6 pages, right? Like, it's a good goal, though. It's a good goal.
Yeah.
Oh, Kristen, I gave you an opening to Trash Boys. Why not a movie? Why don't I'm Dad, help me out. Okay, I can't remember what this movie is now. Clearly, it's a movie I watched of hers that I hated. Have you seen this movie?
I have to say, I'm actually Googling myself. That's not one that I know well. Oh, I remember this. Is that Reed?
Reed is here. We were just waiting for your cue, Reed.
Where have you been, Reed?
Oh yeah, I hated Boys.
Oh.
Okay, it's coming back to me now.
Boy.
Scroll up for a link. There's no link on here, Dad. Sorry, you can send me a link. But yeah, I remember. Also, I totally missed your comment, Rick Wright. I'm sorry. Pretty sure. Oh, pretty sure this is Risograph, Rick says.
It looks like it.
Reed said it looks like it.
I couldn't tell for sure because it doesn't seem.
Reed couldn't tell for sure. Yeah.
To print a whole book Risograph like that many pages.
Can anybody hear him? he's going on. Reed, nobody can hear you.
I said.
Oh God.
Okay, too loud. Too loud.
Too much. Too much.
Risograph, but it's hard to tell because there's more. Like there's multiple ink wash stuff, and it doesn't seem like it would be cost effective to do it, and I can't tell by touching it if it's different. Like it sure looks like it though, but that'd be a lot.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think it's Spirograph. No one.
I didn't understand what it meant.
No one knows Spirograph.
Do you know what spirograph means?
What?
Spirograph.
I'm unaware.
Is that a joke? It's a joke, clearly.
It's a art toy from my childhood.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think. Oh my God, Reed! I think Reed would enjoy a Spirograph.
Yeah. Oh, Buffy's gonna make an appearance. This is my girl Buff.
Buffy.
It's my girl Buff. She does not like to be held. So
oh boy!
She's not happy about it.
A lot of feet.
Yeah, there's a little belly here. Okay.
Buffy.
Buffy's like, what is this?
What's happening?
Okay. Okay. See ya. My dad's asking technical questions. Wait, do you have links turned off in options? That may be why my comment.
Probably, right?
I don't. Oh. No, I think
Oh, does it? I don't know.
Reed's trying to. Oh, Batman says her little ears. Are you okay, Reed?
No.
She gets you a little.
She got me.
This is this is why you shouldn't hold her like that. I always tell he bugs her. You know,
This
like
would
don't bug
Yeah.
her.
happen if you were out here ready to eat pizza.
Do you what he said?
What
He
did
said
he
this
say?
wouldn't have happened if I was out there ready to eat pizza. Reed, real quick, can you give me that photo on the ground that Stephanie gave me? I want to show that to everybody, and then I'm gonna go eat pizza.
Wait, I'm answering Larry's question. I have seen Boys, but
Oh,
it's not one I know well. I'll have to revisit it. And the soundtrack is good. Okay, I'll make sure I rewatch and re-listen. Thank you.
yeah, it's been
And-
so long that I vaguely remembered.
Yeah, and you
That.
never have to apologize that you're still talking about Winona Ryder to me.
I want to show everybody real quick. My friend Stephanie, who was in the chat earlier. I don't know if you're still watching,
Hi,
Stephanie.
Reed.
He thinks he's really funny. Anyway, we finally framed this. We have to put it on the wall somewhere. But she got me. Let's see if we can not have a glare. Maybe not.
That's amazing.
Yeah, you can see.
You can see my
You
webcam.
can see your browser history.
There's-
I can't
What
believe what you've been
history?
looking at. No.
anyway, it's so funny. It cracks
Oh
me
my
up so
god,
much.
that is fantastic.
It's hilarious and ridiculous, and I love it. So thank you, Stephanie. But anyway, that's just a story because Buffy was on here, I guess. But yeah,
Nice.
she has cute little ears.
Aw.
So, Reed, thank you for bringing me food. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for joining us. Of course, please
Yes,
let us
thank
know if
you.
you're watching this later. We want to know what you're reading, so please let us know that.
I
You
see
s-
Reed.
You're not
I
seeing.
was gonna say. I was gonna say thanks too.
Okay.
I was gonna say thanks everyone for being here.
Yeah, cool.
I can't.
I like doing this, Reed. It's fun for me.
Mary's doing like the opposite of me. She's like, I'm trying to like get in the shot,
And I'm
she's just like,
hiding.
I need to leave.
Love that. All right. Well, you all have a great night.
Yes,
I feel like we will probably be back here
we'll be
next
back.
Thursday.
Yes.
And it'll be great. Oh, Reed says he'll be joining apparently.
Oh, cool.
What? Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got a big announcement next Thursday.
Oh, awesome. Can't wait.
Can I say that?
Sure.
He said sure. Okay, yeah, big announcement. If you guys, should I just tease it? Should I say it? Read, or do you want to just wait?
I don't. Well, what is it? Are you gonna tease it or are you gonna say it?
Which one do you want me to do? You want me to say it?
No, just tease it.
Okay, he's got a big announcement.
That's what you've already said.
If you guys like cool books,
You might as well just say it.
then I just said if you like cool books, that's all I said. Then you
Cool
should
books.
be here.
They should.
Wink, wink.
Yeah. He's trying to talk to me and I can't hear him. Okay, cool. He just made fun of me. All right, cool. Big announcement. Are you getting another cat? No. But that's a good guess, James. But no. We can only handle 3 total cat eyes in the house, so I don't think we can add more to that.
Oh no.
So we can get a no-eyed cat.
Oh, yeah. Reed was like, so we can just get a no-eyed cat? I'm like, oh, yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
you know,
That
a
would
no-
be-
A no-eyed cat would really need a home.
You're right. And I follow many on Instagram, and they're very
you-
cute.
Yeah, you could, and the two of you could do it.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, Willow, get ready for your no-eyed sibling.
There you go.
All right. Well, have a good night, everybody. Thank you
Good
for
night,
being here.
everyone. Thank you.